drop a like for the rare gold block on the screen. And listen, there's so many gems that's about to be dropped in this video. Hit the like. I'm back on the screen. Y'all hit that like. If y'all really be mad at 2K or 2K has ever made you mad, think about this. You didn't create the game. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all didn't create the game. Somebody else created, another person, not a god. If you believe in God or, you know, whatever your beliefs is, but you just believe, okay, there's a God, there's a higher, you know, I don't want to say too much word. You know, people may think that's different. Then you should understand that humans created this, meaning people like us who think, you know, they just reached a certain levels where they can create a game system and put the hardware and type the numbers in. They use a computer to make a game. I know that because you're coding, you're putting certain code in, so things line up this way when a person makes this action on the controller stick. So yeah, it's a certain coding, and that's deep detail that us as 2K players, we're not really going to understand. We're not really going to care to be able to present a argument or something to where the devs can start listening to us, like, okay, they're kind of aware of what we're doing here, you know, how we're making the game even function. They're not just getting on the planet, because that's what it is. Sometimes we're just getting on the planet, learning some of the grooves, okay, learning some of the moves. We can go into the little move thing and look at some of the moves. I think, what is it when you go to options? I think, yeah, we can go over here, right? Let me switch the screens. That's why I have double screen on. We can go over here and see how to do certain things, but this doesn't get in detail at all with combos. It doesn't. It'll show you hesitation, it'll show you these, and obviously you're supposed to just memorize how these motions are. Okay, that's to do that move, that's to do that heavy move, and then you're supposed to chain them together. But they still, me thinking as a basketball company, you still should have a section. Even in fighting games, they showed combos. Like, you can go to the little combo list and you can go and see, okay, that's how you do that little combo. Even though it looked hard, it was a whole bunch of little movements and patterns, but that's still what we're learning at the end of the day. We're all still here trying to undiscover new patterns. There is, because we got to understand, it's infinite. It's just like how if you make music or something, you can make a different song. A song can always sound different, or you can make a song, boom, it sounds super different than somebody else's. Like, nobody could kind of compare your song. That's exactly what you can do in 2K when it comes to dribble moves or how you move on the court. The community has gotten so just trapped in a box, in a cage. Everybody just does put on Michael Jordan 6 speed to the left, and it's a travel. If you guys go watch my last video, I show how that move is a travel. So that's showing that that's a faulty animation in the game. So I can't get in my ego knowing that I'm doing that. The people I'm using a little speed move that's traveling, I can't boost myself up. I'm just a real person like that. I can't do that. I can't. I would know in the back of my mind, like, damn, this is like a little travel move. This could not be in the next 2K. I want to do things that we can look at down the line, like, damn, he been doing this for years. If you guys go watch my play style, I've been playing realistic basketball in 2K. Even if it's 3v3, 5v5, it's just, I look like I'm playing like I can't even put it's just realistic basketball. That's what I could say to it. I could do a whole bunch of combos and stick and dribble for a long time too, but it's gonna look realistic. It's not gonna look like where people could say, oh, that looked fake. The way I be bopping, doing a hezzy here and there, or doing the behind the back at this timing, or, you know, it's all precision to me. But we're gonna go back and get back to the deep details of what I was trying to get you guys to understand. $2K was easier to shoot in all the previous 2Ks. When I actually sit back and think about it and look at it, it was fairly easy to shoot. One thing we gotta always understand is the defenses were better. The defense in certain 2Ks were better than 23, way better. This is one of the worst defensive games. I can say that for sure. For sure, this is one of the worst. Even though you can always still play good defense, because defense is sometimes just a natural player's IQ to know how to get in a certain position, or to bait a defender, or just to read a defender so easily because you know his combo so weak, and you could just, oh, he's going over here to the left. And then the badges will play in your favor a little bit better, but still, there's still certain times, me even being a great defender in the game, I realized, like, okay, nah, that's like, you can't do nothing about that. I'm gonna have to do something totally different that some players wouldn't even know. That's why I started baiting. Sometimes I'll back off entirely, come back up, because the way the game is shaped and formed, you try to just sit there and slide with a person, it is not the game for that. Let me get off. Let's get back to the topic though, because this is like, we ready though. I told you I'm on point with this. Would like to hear specifically from Play Now Online and MT players. See how you said online? Play now, and then he ain't separated all now. Like play now online and MT players. Okay, play now online and MT players. He don't talk about nothing about the park, the record, nothing like that. But this is just letting us know that something has still changed. Our Premier, and this is an old tweet, but people don't really blow this up how we should. Team control type player modes. He's saying this because the team type control player modes, when you play with the real NBA players versus like park, it's gonna feel different. It's gonna feel totally different. You can still shoot with a 75 in park because you can still use a different type of jump shot. But when you're playing with NBA players and play now and stuff like that, you're going to be forced to using those jump shots and feeling the new shot timing difference within the game. It's going to feel totally different for part. It'll feel worse because you got to probably like use the Jokic actual jump shot. You got to really know his timing, his slow speed, and you got to feel that while you're shooting it. And that's a little tricky. So I know players probably definitely don't like that who do that. No. Now listen to what he says. How are you doing with the more skill-based shot timing, having to control multiple different players? See how he could have asked the same question to park players. Why didn't he do that? Because I'm pretty sure the poll would have been different. But look, I want to show y'all something. You see where it says too hard? It's 30%. So this is not a good percent. Just because it got 40%, 42%, it's higher. That's not a good percentage when you think about it. More people probably could have voted on this, but he separated it, you know, by just going to MT and them. And people like shooting is good, but no, like look at this. It's 37% like hard. Like that's half of your game. I look at it like this is half of their game. This is the little bit of people that still play 2K, and you're strong enough, and you got the mentality to learn how to get through things. You don't quit on stuff. You realize, oh, this timing, damn, that was my timing. You could take self accountability, so you know when you shot a bad shot and you just gotta time it better. You don't get too entirely mad at 2K. You realize that this player probably had better defense than the other player that you bust his ass. It was so easy to beat him. This player is actually a little bit harder now. Yeah. And that's why you couldn't get shots up. Some people take accountability, then they just get better. But this is him saying that there's a new skill-based shot timing. I separate your words. Okay, you want to separate? Don't act apart. We're going to just separate your words. There's a new skill-based shot timing in the game. And you guys feel this in the park. The skill-based shot timing, when a defender's closing out, they speed your jump shot up. If you know your timing, you still going to blinders him. You still going to hit him with the blinders. Because you'll understand that speed up timing. You'll know it's coming because you just know the type of contest that the guy's getting. You know when it's wide open and you know how to get that timing too. That's what they're doing. Why do they want to switch you? It's just like if you gotta find the two pictures. You ever play that game where you gotta have the memory and you gotta find the two pictures that you seen of the monkey. They flipped over and then you gotta find the two little pieces. It's like that's what they're just trying to do. Just play with your memory. Okay, and you're supposed to remember that, oh shit, this guy's contesting me right now, so I'm gonna get that fast timing. So the way I gotta release, it may feel funny, it may look funny on the screen how the contest come, but if I got blinder and the shooting badges, I'm good to go. You understand? You're supposed to be remembering that. You're supposed to be remembering, oh, my stamina bar, here we go here, because I told y'all, my stamina bar is tied to my shooting. So we're gonna look at Kyle Lowry's stats real quick. We're gonna press this Y. We're gonna go over here, and they're gonna show you red and green arrows. You're gonna look at the red and green arrows to know. Okay, now Kyle Lowry, what is your three ball, my boy? What is it? Oh, let's go. I think we passed it. 78. You're supposed to remember that when you're doing dribble moves, it's taken out of your stamina bar, which is tied to your shooting abilities. Now you see, when we press Y, we go over here. We go down 74. That 74 dropping from a 78 to a 74 is drastic. But remember, you do have badges that help and stack on top. So this map system, we can't even see it. Like if they wanted to, but they would never do that. No gaming company is going to do that. They can have it up on the screen and showing the percentages. Probably it'll be going fast up and down depending on how we're playing. Think about it. That's what's really going on. But we can't see that. What we're seeing is just the game. Okay, but we're supposed to know in our mind our standard bar is tied to that, and it's going to weaken us even when it's halfway. Even when it's halfway, it's better to shoot with a full stamina bar than to have it even going down, to be honest, to get your purest form of your jump shot, or the purest release, the purest timing, whatever you want to call it, the highest green percent. Now look at the three-point shot now at a 26. Do you see, like, if you do have a 70, like jump shots in the 70s, even in the 80s, you can really drop down really low to where your jump shot gonna be trash. And then you're gonna be shooting thinking like, what, I got an 85. I always tell people this. I always tell new people this, newcomers are not gonna know this. And the devs don't talk about this shit. They not putting this information out for people so they can be well aware about it. They're not saying it like this, you know, they come in they high tech world, but they wanted to just, maybe that's the aspect, because I always say basketball in real life is a real hard sport to learn and to play and to learn and all that. So it's like, is that what they're trying to do with the video game aspect of it? Like, are they trying to give that type of effect off where they don't want it to just, I don't know, yo. But listen, this video is to sum up about how there's a new skill-based shooting timing in the game, and players need to start being way more aware of this. It deals with the contest, your stamina bar, what badges you're running. It goes that deep. You can't see what defender's on you if he has challenge or on gold. You don't know that. That's why studying animation is so important, because some players will have a stronger leap. They'll jump out and contest, and you know he was a little bit further from you. Like, yo, how he get that? What? I was open, but it showed contest. He may have good block, good stats to get out there, a good vertical. It's so much deep stuff. Like, yo, more gems coming soon. Hit that like button.